Is it possible to change lives with a nut? Can we really turn a fruit into a smile? We are Enactus Polimi, and we tried to answer these questions. We want to tell you about Shea Butter.
Shea butter is a product extracted from the nuts of the African shea tree. It has been used for centuries and it is currently a vast source of income for thousands of women in West Africa. But how is it made? The processing of the butter starts with the nut harvesting. Mainly between May and July, the collectors pick up the nuts from under the shea trees. The processing stage is carried out back in the village, where the nuts are dried and cracked open. After sorting the bad nuts from the good ones, the shea fruit is pounded and boiled, separating the cream from the water. The processing of the butter really brings out the livelihood of the villagers, because shea butter is above all a social element in Africa. It is part of their culture. Making shea butter is almost entirely women's work, and when they gather around in a circle to split the nuts, it is more than just the production of a hand cream. It is a tradition. It is where women start singing and the social community really comes to life. Starting with 3 kilograms of nuts, the women of the village obtain almost 1 kilogram of shea butter, which we will take as an example for the rest of the journey. The global market of shea butter has grown internationally, and it is expected to be worth around $1.74 billion by 2025, 35% of which just in Europe. Mali plays a huge role in this market, with around 75,000 tons of shea butter exported every year. Nowadays, the shea butter produced can be mainly used in 2 industries. 90% of it is used in the food industry, as a substitute for cocoa butter in chocolate, for example. The remaining 10% is used in the cosmetic industry, thanks to its antioxidant, anti-aging and moisturizing properties. Focusing on the 2 industries, we realize how small and non-industrialized productions can have greater benefits by entering the cosmetic market. Unrefined shea butter can be sold directly to final customers as a natural cosmetic, allowing a shorter supply chain. The food industry requires strict certifications in order to use this product as an ingredient in edible brands. Small productions can benefit from niche markets in the cosmetic industry, where the margins tend to be higher. Selling unrefined shea butter allows the producer to be closer to the final customer and understand the needs of the market. The Italian cosmetic market alone represents a big opportunity, considering that it is worth 10.1 billion euros with a big interest towards green and sustainable products. The opportunity presented itself when we were told about this village, Bugula, in the south of Mali, where shea butter is made by a cooperative of 400 women. Gathering direct information from the village, we discover how the needs are enormous under so many points of view. In the short term, the village lacks financial support and access to international markets, training on new agricultural techniques and way to properly store the kernel, proper equipment. In the long term, the village could increase its well-being and production by finding stable sources of energy in order to conserve the product, by having a reforestation plan to ensure the sustainability of the harvest.
This is why we started Shea Matters. It was at this point that we saw an opportunity and took action. This is our project. This is Shea Matters. The aim is to help the village getting access to new and profitable markets in Italy, while at the same time making enough profits to be reinvested in long-term projects for the village. The process starts in Bugula, where the unrefined butter is purchased at the beneficial price for the village. At this point, the load is shipped and delivered to herbalist shops and wholesalers in Italy, who can guarantee high returns while sharing our same values at the same time. Considering that in Mali, half of the population lives below the international poverty line of $1.25 per day, Shea Matters will be able to fairly repay the efforts of the village, impacting 4 SDGs in the short term. Thanks to Shea Matter, we will be able to create a sustainable business, promoting gender equality, empowering production, and providing the proper training to the workers. Shea Matters will be able to deliver positive profits starting from the first year, allowing the project to feed itself. Considering 1 kilo of product, food costs will sum up to around 15 euros, including the increase in salaries for the women. Selling the butter at 80 euros per kilo, we will be able to split our profits in long-term projects, short-term investments, and increasing the profitability of the process, while dividends will start to be distributed from the second year. The retail price for unrefined butter in Italy varies in a very wide range, and considering the difference with such price in Mali, we understand how much potential there is in shea butter. Shea Matters wants to promote gender equality and guarantee equal rights for the women working in the village. For this reason, the aim is to allow the average salary to increase by 53%, improving the lives of the 400 workers in Bugula. We plan to help the village by allowing them to invest in their own business by purchasing new equipment or improved machinery. Relying on experts in the field, solid training on new production techniques can be provided to the villagers. Production is expected to significantly improve thanks to these actions, triplicating current volumes. This will result in an increased know-how and efficiency of the process, allowing the village to improve their profits and their livelihoods.
Shea Matters doesn't want to solve just the immediate problems, it also aims at investing in long-term projects. It's our priority to ensure that the benefits of Shea Matters will continue in the long run, so we have thought of 2 ways to do so, impacting 3 other SDGs. 2 of the main needs on which we will work are electric supply for the village and the reforestation plan. We found out that in the villages there are often problems with the interruption of electricity, causing delays and inefficiencies also in the storage of shea butter that needs to be refrigerated. Our plan is to invest in a microgrid which will guarantee a clean and stable source of energy for the village. The growth of the project and of its volumes will allow us to be able to invest around 80,000 euros in the 4th year of the project in an independent electric grid for the village. The investment will be divided in solar panels, batteries and infrastructure, allowing a total energy production of around 30,000 kilowatt hours per year, the equivalent of 200 light bulbs. But energy isn't the only problem. The shea tree is a plant that grows wildly in the parklands of West Africa, and there's no real reforestation plan. Moreover, it takes 15 to 20 years before the tree exits the juvenile phase. And even then, the production is subject to great variability, making it difficult to plan production. Often the trees are cut down and used as firewood, and parasites threaten the life of the trees and its fruit. The trees must be preserved also because of their incredible ability to absorb emissions. Studies say that putting in place a proper reforestation plan, harvests could become 4 times bigger.
The key success factors for Shea Matters are control and quality, distribution channel, product transportation and investments. According to quotation from national authorities, certification will cost around 3,000 euros per year. Transportation of a whole container, which can hold up to 20,000 tons, is estimated at 7,700 euros by DHL and African Container Shipping. 3,700 from the village to Dakar port by truck, and 4,000 to get to Milan, where the customer's warehouse will be for the first year, including custom expenses. The shea butter will be loaded in a refrigerated container and sent to Dakar by truck. It is crucial to ensure the proper traveling conditions of the butter. The load is then shipped to Genoa in a voyage that lasts around 40 days. Finally, the butter is distributed to customers. The main cost of the project will be represented by transport, production of the good, certification, and general and administrative costs. Based on current production capacity of the village, we will be starting the first year with a load of 1 ton for a total cost of 15,000 euros by selling at the business-to-business price of 18 euros per kilo. Revenues will amount to 18,000 euros thanks to higher prices in Italy, allowing us to cover all the costs and generate a profit of €3,000 for the first year. Shea Matters doesn't have to stop at Bugula. We intend to expand to other villages too, creating a wider community. It's estimated that by grouping different villages in women cooperatives, productivity can increase by 33%, allowing the business to feed itself. All the actions carried out by Shea Matters, involving training, equipment and grouping different villages, will allow the project to grow quickly. By 2023, we expect to generate enough profits to successfully invest in electric supply of Bugula. We are currently building our network in order to make all of this possible, relying on experts for organic and fair trade certifications, such as Shea. We plan on selling the product to distributors, maintaining strict contacts with retailers at the same time, thanks to our relations with AfriCop. The key objectives of Shea Matters are the impact of the long-term projects, the social and economic improvement, the sustainability of the business we will help to build in the village, impacting several different SDGs. We believe in Shea Butter, because Shea matters and because she matters.